Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be looking at this. This is the Yanyin Canon II from a company called Yanyin. There was a Canon 1. I didn't try the Canon 1. This is the Canon 2. This is the box that it comes in. It's a really simple box. You open it up. On this side there'll be a little another little box, a thin box with the warranty information, cards and stuff like that. And then on this side there'll be a case. Underneath the cards there is this, which is a bunch of different size ear tips. And then of course this case is on the other side that has the unit, and I'll show you that in just a second. Here's the cable right here. Beautiful case, handsome material. It's got a nice little mesh pouch there where you can put your dongle DAC. Something like the Neon could fit right in there. Put that off to the side. Put that off to the side as well. Let's take a look at this cable that it comes with. Got a little Velcro thing there. It's a soft cable overall. It's got some nice aluminum fittings there. Get into the splitter and the slider. They're like a brushed material as well. It's all aluminum, I think. Then we get into the units themselves. Let's put a little bit more light on this. Very, very pretty. Sparkly and pretty. Even if you don't like sparkles, you're going to like these. They look really, really nice. I'm going to pop that off. These are spin fits. These are not included. You see the stubby, the nozzle with the mesh. This is all medical grade resin. I'll cover that when I do the specs in just a second. I just wanted to show you the overall build of this. Is really, really nice, soft material. Excellent build quality. Put those off to the side for just a second. There's a look at the graph for this unit. Each color represents the switch position. The drivers in this unit is a dynamic driver. It is a biological dynamic driver. And there are 4 balanceometers. With the switch position, it will be 27 to 40 ohms. Don't worry about it. It is easy enough to drive, but I always say, a dongle or an amplifier. I never listen to something without that anymore, especially since my thing doesn't have a headphone jack. 112 decibels, 5 to 25 kilohertz. The plug comes in 3 variations. You can get it. It is a 3.5 millimeter, a 2.5 millimeter balanced, and a 4.4 millimeter balanced. Like I said, the material is medical grade resin. That is very popular now, using that on things, and I find that it is very good. Some of the other older plastic ones sometimes make your ears itch. Medical grade resin is nice. You can have it in your ears all the time, and it's always nice and rounded. The cable itself has a 0.78 millimeter 2-pin connector. It is a 4-strand graphene single crystal copper silver plated cable. And if you try to say that fast, I don't know if you can do it. I just did it, and I'm amazed I didn't screw up. So, anyway, I'm going to get off of that and get into my notes. The isolation on this is superb with the stock tips. I don't know how much of the spin fits affected it that wise, but isolation on this overall is good. It should fit like a number of ears from small to large, no problem, because of the shape and just the overall fit. The short nozzles, I don't know if they're going to be a problem for everybody. For me, they weren't, so we're not even going to discuss anything with that. Ear hooks are generous on this beautiful cable. It has a really nice thickness. It's just an excellent cable for a stock cable. I mean, even in the $300 range, I have a $500 pair of IM, and the cable is this thin, horrible thing. So, very good cable, stock cable wise. very good cable, even if you were using it as a upgrade cable. It is that good. It's a good cable. Beautiful faceplates. The just overall fit and finish of this product is excellent. Comfortable. Isolation is good. Build quality is very good, and they're lightweight. So you won't even know that these are in your ears, except for the fact that the isolation. Nice feature is the switches, and it only has two, so it's not an overly complicated. And you also get this red and blue, so you don't really have to do like a lot of guessing when you're trying to figure out which one is going to go on the air when you do with the cables, especially if you do like a lot of different cables all the time. Sound-wise, the very most important thing of these, sound-wise, we're going to start at the bass, okay? And the bass on this is very good. Now, I think I have 3 or 4 other one dynamic 4 balanced armature pairs. That said, this one is much different from those in the bass. Something can be bassy and it can have like a completely different bass from the other thing. Whereas like if I'm comparing it with the Nova is like a really super deep and powerful bass, like if you were standing in front of a stereo with a subwoofer. Whereas this is really good bass with really good depth, but there's a lot more like quality and kind of just overall texture to it. So let's get into that. I would say this is more of kind of a U shape than a V shape. Sub bass, very good. Very, very decent amount. So you're getting quality and quantity when it comes into the sub bass. There's a nice rumble there when it's called upon. It doesn't last very long, and it's not, it's just not like something that's going to vibrate your ears off. It gives you the nice rumble, and then it moves on, and that makes it really just more than adequate to impress me, to be quite honest, with the bass, at least the sub bass. The mid bass itself, very good speed and impact, excellent texture overall. I think it's a little bit more prominent than the sub bass, but the sub bass does step up every now and then depending on what type of music you're listening to. It lends itself quality and quantity to like listen to whatever type of music you want. I tried lo-fi jazz and regular mellow jazz and just speed metal, melodic heavy metal, death metal, different genres of music like that. Classic rock, of course, and just going through the whole thing. We did a little country. We definitely did a bunch of rap. And I'm trying to think of like some of the other things. I did classical music, which I found very, very good. All the notes and separation with this was excellent overall. It really did surprise me listening to classic music. So overall, bass is very pleasant. It's satisfying. There's a really good amount of the mid bass and sub bass. I didn't find it overpowering, which was good. That said, I think that you get a quality and quantity bass here. You're getting excellent texture. You're getting some nice details overall, and just has very good speed and very good depth, and that's enough to make me happy on a large majority of music. I would say that the bass on this is more toward the balanced kind of signature, so it's pretty good, to be quite honest. Moving on to the mids. Mid-range has a little warmth, especially to the lower mid-range. There's some warmth. Now, there's a lot of brightness and sharpness to the upper mids, which is excellent. I thought overall that mids just had a really decent body, not overly thick, that you get with some kind of, bassier IMs. I just think it had a decent amount of body. It was far from thin, but it was far from thick as well, probably in the just right zone. Male vocals on this sounded really, really good. They were lush. There's a nice kind of forwardness to both the male and female vocals. I would say more kind of forward center, like where they're supposed to be in front of the instruments. Like I said, good body, good overall just texture, and just a really pleasant kind of tonality, especially with the female vocals. The female vocals seemed a little bit more kind of relaxed. Definitely no shoutiness. Even with the chart, with a little bit of a lift there, there was no like harshness whatsoever. I think that overall I thought the vocals were very good. They had enough energy. They had enough, just overall, just detail. No metallic sound or anything whatsoever to the mids. They sounded just natural, lush, a little warm, and just well balanced overall, which I think is basically the description for this unit. Is just very well balanced sounding. A lot of times you get a V and it's like bass, 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 treble, and the mids are there, but there's a big recession. There wasn't that much of a recession with these. I could hear the vocals. They were nice and clear. The instrument separation is very, very good when moving into tracks that didn't have vocals and it was just instruments, especially piano and strings. Moving on to the treble. Now, the treble is slightly, kind of smoothed over and relaxed. It does have sparkle in the air. It is definitely far from boring. There's detail there and even micro detail there. But overall, it doesn't overextend itself. So, treble sensitive people definitely going to like this a lot. Definitely not for treble heads. It was clean. There was just very good air, and the instruments and the separation overall did a very excellent job with it. As for the soundstage, nice. It's a wide soundstage. It doesn't overdo itself. Just like with the treble, it's not going out of its way to just overemphasize anything. Sometimes you get that holographic, kind of field. This is not. This is a natural field, like if you were at a concert or something like that. It sounds really good with live music, by the way. Definitely live music. I listened to a whole live album of, was it the Foo Fighters? Oh, yeah, Foo Fighters, and I listened to, the Led Zeppelin album, I think I listened to the live. But anyways, soundstage is wide. It's got very good depth and height as well. It is accurate. Positioning on this is just really, really good. You could use this for gaming, no problem. It's not going to give you that holographic field, but it does. It has a feel it's organic. I hate using like those pinpoint words. Let's just say it's natural. It has a nice natural feel to it, with good width, depth, and height. Separation and layering is superb. Just overall excellent soundstage, and technicalities with this were very good as well. Overall, I think that this would basically go with any music you could throw at it. I mean, I tried throwing a whole bunch of different musics. I might have missed some. But ultimately, what do I think about these? So like I said, I'm going to try to sum this up in a couple of seconds here. Excellent bass, well textured, has good depth to it, and good detail and quantity and quality. Mids, very, very rich and lush sounding mids with some warmth. Treble, relaxed yet detailed, and definitely good energy and sparkle without overdoing it. And of course the soundstage, accurate, doesn't fall apart with a busy track, and definitely has a very good kind of natural width. That said, I think that these could be definitely a daily driver for me. No problem whatsoever. These are well balanced. We just lost our light, but that's okay. Well balanced, and just overall they sound very pleasant. You could wear these the whole day. They're comfortable, there's good isolation, and they just sound fantastic no matter what you're listening to. So that said, I do like these. I really do like these. This is a review unit, so I'm obviously not keeping them, but ultimately I could see these in my favorites collection, no problem. I don't know who they'd bump out of there. but they're definitely that good. Thank you so much for watching. This has been the Yanyin Canon II, an excellent hybrid with a nice U shape and just some very overall pleasant features. Be safe.